basically the distance to recruiting stations. And we have gotten a lot of messages on this in the past as well as, hey, I don't have a developer in my area. Developers are regionally based. There's only so many of them to go around, because that is a contract vehicle that, if we were to put in every major city a developer, that's a ton of developers.
Yeah.
And that juice may or may not be worth the squeeze. So recruiters are in the same way. The Air Force Recruiting Service is a large organization, but they are still, when you think of how large America is, and I know it's not large when you compare it to other countries in terms of actual size, physical mass, but we've got 330 million people, something like that.
Yep.
There are only so many recruiters to go around. There are only so many developers to go around. So a lot of these folks are in rural places or places that just don't have the facilities or the personnel to support it. So that is another aspect of the poor recruitment numbers.
Yeah, I don't know.
Maybe.
Yeah, I mean it's one of those things. It's I can complain about kids these days, and all the stuff that we give them, and then complaining about not being able to get to a developer, but also that's our fault because we put the developers out there, and we see it as a net positive to get these folks trained up before they even join, and we have these requirements they have to meet before they join. And we're trying to give more people the opportunity to train before they join special warfare to get in here. So it's just, hey, sacrifices are going to have to be made even before you join, and that's just the way that this system works. And it's not no one's gonna knock on your door and be like, hey man, we talked to your high school teachers and we really think that you're gonna be a great special warfare candidate. So whenever you have time, we'll take you to the pool and we'll start training you to be this thing. So that's just not the way it works. So while I feel a certain way about people that live in the middle of nowhere and have a harder time doing it, that's the way it's always been. There's not always recruiters in small town rural America, but a lot of people have found a way in. And if you can make it, you make it, and if you don't, you don't.